Okay, this is the first video of this type I'm making, so hopefully it comes out okay. Anyway, hi, I'm Anne. I have cats. Well, I live with cats. There are 4 in total. These are 2 of them. They are brother and sister. The other 2, one of them is another brother, Brody. He's sleeping somewhere, I think, and also Nikki, who is a Siamese, and she's not related to the rest of them, and is much older than them. She'll be 9 years old this month. And Shadow, Coraline, and Brody are they're just over a year old now. They're about a year and 3 months at the time of this filming. So, anyway, what I wanted to discuss a bit was approaching cats and interacting respectfully. Maybe this will end up being a series, but in the first one I just want to talk about approaching them, in the house. Cats and, some cats are kind of solitary, but the majority, I've noticed, even in feral colonies that I've seen, are not. I mean, feral cats they're often very social, but only with other cats. They're wary of humans. These 2 guys here and their brother too they were from a feral colony. They were adopted by me last year as feral kittens. They've calmed down a lot. Oh. Anyway, as you can see, they're getting a little playful here. Shadow is trying to. Aww. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is a good example of kitties being social right here with each other. They are gonna play fight now. Hello. No, he's just kicking her off the bed. But anyway, sorry, tangent. Anyway, what I want to talk about here is the fact that one thing that bothers me a lot when I see it is it's something where people when I see humans just randomly going over to cats and picking them up and kind of carting them around like they're a sack of flour or something. I mean, granted, mostly this is children I see doing this, but either way, it's not. It's if nobody ever tells people not to do that, then a lot just won't figure it out. So, anyway, I think it's important when you are privileged to share space with an ambassador of another species, such as these 2 fine felines here, is to respect them and respect their space and such. And part of what that means is knowing when they're, when you live with them, they will eventually, oftentimes they like you, you like them. I like my cats, they like me, I think. But anyway, in terms of approaching them, for instance, right now, Shadow is, I would say he's in a mode where he can be approached respectfully by a human, because, he's kind of napping, he's kind of, fading in and out a little bit, but he's still alert enough. He's not, squirreled away somewhere, by himself. He's out kind of in the open, in the middle of the bed, in plain view, and he knows that I can find him here. And so, as you can see here, I just started briefly petting him from the back, and then he laid down like this, and that's something when I see that, I know that he's okay with this. One thing I want all the cats to have is self-respect as well, and that means that and the way I, try to help them cultivate that is if they show signs of not wanting to be bothered or something, then I just don't bother them. And then they'll learn over time, oh, well, this person is not going to force me to interact in ways I'm not comfortable with. So then that just seems like a good way to foster interspecies harmony in the household, at least as I see it. So yeah, hello guy. And Cora's kind of jumping around the room right now. I guess she's done with her nap. She's sleeping in the room right now. But yeah, hello. So Shadow, you want me to come up there? Shadow is a very kind of interactive cat in the sense that he learns a lot of human words. He's kind of surprisingly literate, and he's also very, I don't know, it's not like I mean, not like most cats aren't, but he's just extremely, he learns words without me even trying to, he just picks up on things. I have no, it's like I have no idea where he picked this stuff up. I remember one time I was talking to my partner here, and I said to him some sentence that had the word chicken in it, and Shadow just looked at me and went, meow. Kind of like that. Shadow, do you like chicken? He doesn't always meow when he says it, but I generally can see his ears move when he recognizes the word that he likes. So, yeah, and he's a big fan of chicken. So, yeah, hey little guy. That's the first one. Hopefully the next ones will be a little bit better planned out, but this was an experiment, and goodbye.